In a major stride towards addressing gender-based violence in northern Nigeria, CLEEN Foundation has trained 30 divisional police officers from across the region, where GBV remains a persistent and urgent concern. The two-day capacity building workshop held in Kaduna brought together officers from Borno, Adamawa, Kano, Kaduna, the Federal Capital Territory and Benue to equip police personnel with human rights-based, survivor-centered approach to handling GBV cases, fostering professionalism, sensitivity, and community trust. Here's the report.
According to National Demographic and Health Survey, 1 in every 3 women in the northern region has experienced physical or sexual violence. States like Borno, Bauchi, and Kano report consistently high rates of domestic abuse and child marriage challenges compounded by conflict and poverty. In response, the training emphasized conflict-related emergencies and survivor-centered strategies as practical tools for addressing the crisis. Program Director at CLEEN Foundation, Dr. Salahuddin Hashim, highlighted the importance of equipping officers with the necessary skills and awareness to handle GBV cases with professionalism and empathy.
Menace of gender-based violence has increased lately in the society, and of course you cannot remove the connection of the social and economic pressure. And then of course we know that there are also a number of social, economic, and of course cultural barriers, sometimes religious barriers. And we thought it is very important for us to train and equip tactical officers because they are the frontliners, they are the ones who have they are the first responders. And of course it is very important for them to understand that the issue of GBV is a strict liability, and it is a crime against human rights, it is a crime against human dignity, and it is a threat to public safety and security. So we thought it is very important for them to come together, equip themselves with adequate knowledge and understanding on how to handle, manage, process, and then of course demonstrate some empathy to those who are victims and survivors.
Training facilitator Dr. Nkemakolami Sioma highlighted prevention strategies, multisectoral and engagement with healthcare providers and community leaders. She underscored the importance of implementing Inspector General's directive to establish functional gender desk in every police division, an essential step toward a more responsive and rights-protective policing system.
Increasingly, it's becoming very expensive to respond to GBV, talk about evidence preservation, talk about investigation, talk about medical aid and all of that. So we felt that to approach this in a different way, using prevention as a strategy, as a response to GBV. And part of what we are training them here is one on GBV assessment. First, you need to understand the context under your command, under your division, on how to navigate those challenges using religion and culture as a tool to even preventing the gender-based violence, as opposed to the misinterpretation that religion is the reason why a lot of gender-based, because they just use it as an excuse or they see it as a challenge. But
representing Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of training, AIG Gaba Ahmed reaffirmed the force's commitment to tackling GBV, calling for stronger collaboration between police, judiciary, civil society, and local communities to ensure thorough prosecution and lasting community engagement.
Gender-based violence is very, very important for our officers to acquaint themselves with the desired knowledge of handling such cases. And there's need for our police officers to be very competent on such an aspect of crime so they can be given the desired treatment. My call to Nigerians is they should support the police as well as the judiciary in giving this aspect the desired attention. And they should forget about giving them some cultural as well as some religious correlations. Whenever such crimes happens, they should be attended. Sometimes, some of the victims of this gender-based violence, they live with the stigma for life. And the only way we can be able to turn the tide is by diligent handling of these cases, diligent prosecutions.
This training marks a meaningful step towards narrowing the trust gap between communities and law enforcement to mark the turning point between silence and justice.